Some might describe the stuff inside a thrift shop as old, used, discarded garbage. But store manager CJ Curtis sees its potential.
Got some good stuff, though.
Finding her own potential, though, took CJ a lot longer. Just like the goods in her shop, CJ is on her way to a new life, one far from the one she once lived. CJ was a 13-year-old girl sold on the streets for sex.
At that point, shut down my feelings and just did what I was told to do.
CJ was a victim of human trafficking, manipulated by a man in his 30s who befriended her and earned her trust.
This man approached me, struck a conversation with me, and quickly kind of learned what I was interested in and which at that point in my life was drugs and pot and money, because, we didn't have much growing up. It was easy for him to kind of reel me in that way.
The man she thought she loved became her pimp.
Scotty Pimpin', and he even branded me. Took me down to San Diego and got a tattoo.
With what?
His name.
FBI Special Agent Christian Parker says CJ's story is textbook.
These individuals who are preying on these young people know exactly what to look for. They can identify a runaway. They can identify somebody who is vulnerable, and they're very good at exploiting that.
Parker says they often hook the girls on drugs, making them even more vulnerable.
Because they love this individual, they're going to do what they ask them to do. Or it could be that they're providing shelter or providing necessities of life, and so they feel like they have to do what this person is asking.
And Parker says sex crimes with these young girls is lucrative.
These juveniles are somewhat of a, and I don't want to sound crass, but somewhat of a renewable resource, where if they're selling drugs, they can only sell them once. If you're selling a juvenile, you can keep selling that juvenile over and over.
After a few months, CJ escaped the man who sold her. But getting clean and realizing what had really happened to her took years.
I did learn that I was a victim, that I was targeted, that it wasn't all my choice. I was conditioned this way even from a young age, and then very vulnerable.
Caleb Altmeyer helped CJ realize that. He runs HRC, an anti-human trafficking ministry.
What we grew up thinking as a woman, just being a prostitute on the street, once you get to hear their story, you start to realize that, they don't want to be doing this, right? A lot of them are being forced to do this. They're being sold for somebody else's profit against their will, and that's slavery.
The Repeat Boutique is Caleb's brainchild. The store will raise funds for survivors and eventually employ them.
We can't think of a better person than CJ to work with these women that are coming out of the same lifestyle that she's come out of and the same trauma that she's been through, and they get to see hope, and they get to hang out with her, and they get to spend time with her, and realize that life is not over and that they have so much to live for.
And now that CJ sees her true potential,
This area in here is going to be a book nook.
she's helping other victims see theirs.
There is people out there who love them and who want to help them, and that there's hope for a better life. You don't have to live that way.